Hey guys, have you ever been in a really creative mood but you just didn't feel like doing anything complicated? Something simple and easy that produced something really pretty. If you're interested, stay tuned. Get out your 6x6 paper pad and let's get started. This is what we're going to make. This is made with 5 sheets of 6x6 paper. This is the cover. And what I did here was just add some lined tea-dyed notebook paper. There's a pocket here, a pocket here, 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 and here, and then in the back cover, more lined paper. All right, so let me show you how to make this. So I have picked out 5 sheets of 6x6 paper, and I will show you the paper pad. This came from Hobby Lobby. It's called Floral Collage, and I believe I got it for 40% off. Okay, so this is what I picked for my cover. This is what I picked for my back cover. And then these are going to form the pockets. And the good thing about this project is you don't need double-sided paper. All right. Just simply fold them in half. You can score it if you want to. And I have already taken one of these, folded in half, cut my thumb notch out and inked it. So I'm going to use this as a guide to cut the other 2 sheets so everything lines up. And this is a 2.5-inch circle punch. All right, we're going to fold all these in half. And this is totally inspired by 2 videos that I watched. One was from Pinkstrawberryz and the other one was Maymay Made It. Both of those are more, I think, scrapbooking channels. I'm not sure. But I combined things that they did differently. I combined 2 different processes to come up with this from each of them. So what I'm doing here is this is my front cover, and I need to cut a notch in the side that's going to join up with the first pocket. And I'm going to do the same thing with the back cover and the last pocket. All right. So now we're going to ink all these, and I'll put that on speed dial there so you won't have to watch the whole thing. And guys, you don't have to go crazy with your inking like I'm doing. The main parts to ink are the top side here, because when you open the pocket, you don't want to see all of this whiteness. I'll also go ahead and just do it down the edges. You don't have to do this part down here on the pockets, okay? And I do this side, and the reason for that is when all of these are joined together, you want them to have a uniform look, so they all got inked. Okay, so I'll continue on here. Okay, so there's our front cover, our 3 pockets, and the back cover. Now what we want to do next is put some lined paper here on the front cover and on the back cover. And I want a little bit of a margin all the way around. So put a mark here and a mark here and get that cut. And I'm going to ink this. You certainly don't have to do that. And I'm just using glue stick for this. And then just press that down really good. Now let's do this side. And on this piece, we also want to mark where our thumb notch is. So let's first cut this part. And we want a margin around where the thumb notch is as well. So we want to give that a deeper cut than that line. But I would recommend that you put something like some kind of cardstock behind there, otherwise it will not cut through this paper. So just center it as best you can. Give it a cut, and let's see if we got that deep enough, and that looks good. All right. Finishes our back cover. And I'm going to do the exact same thing to the front cover. Okay, so here are all the different pieces inked and ready to put together. So one of the cool parts of this is that we join each of these pieces individually versus putting them in like this. Because with this method, your pages are going to start poking out of the edge. And I didn't want to deal with that. So what I did was join the pockets together like this. So this one will be attached that way. This one will be attached here, here, and then the back cover, or the back, yeah, the back cover. Okay, so you end up with it looking like this. All right, so let's go ahead, and it doesn't look like I inked around this one. Let me get that done. All right, before we join them together, I'm going to close all of these pockets down. Our third pocket. Now let's join the front cover to our first pocket. And on this, we want to glue not only the sides, but the bottom as well. And line that up as best you can. It's not going to be perfect because I don't think all of these little papers that come out of a paper pad are exactly square. Okay, so there's our first pocket attached. And this is going to happen too. You don't like it, trim it again. And let me see if I can get that without messing anything up. Yep. And just re-ink that. If you are a perfectionist, then go ahead and trim that out with scissors or a punch or whatever you prefer to use. All right, so now let's attach the next pocket. I'm going to glue up the sides, across the bottom, and up this side. Oops, get that off. There's our next pocket attached. Now let's add our last pocket. And now we need to attach the back cover to this last pocket. Now I'm going to go ahead and clip these because there's a lot of thickness going on there, and let that dry while we put our little journal cards together. anything. So I'm going to put that aside. So I cut out some papers from the paper pack, and this is 6 by 6 that was cut down to 5 inches. So your pockets, your construction here is 6 by 3, okay? But because of the glue, you're not going to be able to put a 6-inch card down in there. So I trimmed these down to 5 inches and then cut them in half. So they're each 3 by 5. And to make it easier to get them in and out of the pocket, I would highly recommend that you round the corners. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. Okay, on my prototype, I did stagger the tabs. I don't know. You could put them all in the center. I think I'm going to do that on this one. It might bulk up here a little bit in the middle, but because of the way we put everything together, this lays really, really flat. Had we done it the other way, we would have had to tie it closed. So let me go ahead and add some tabs. Find my center. Let me just do that on each of these. And I'll line my tab up right here to the edge of the card. And that looks fantastic. All right, I'm not going to put these cards in the book. You can see from my prototype how that works. I want to give that glue time to dry before I stick them in there, but we can decorate the front. I'm going to take these off now. So on this one, I used just a plain label, another little label from Tim Holtz, I think it's Snippets, and then a flower. So got this label here. It's lined out in green. Framed in green, I mean. Let's get that glued down. And then I picked this flower to go on there. And guys, this is like a chipboard flower. Not super thick, but thick. And then I'll ink this up. I am covered in glue. I'm going to put that right there, or I think I'm going to cut these little edges off. It looks better. So we're going to stick that right there. Excuse the mess, we're really crafting here. So there's the front cover. I think that's really cute. And you open it up and you have some coffee dyed, although the lines have just about disappeared. This is some coffee dyed lined paper. And then you have your pockets here. We have one. I don't want to mess with these too much. It's not dry yet. We have one here. Okay. One here. And then one here. One there. One here. One there. And then you have a final one here. Okay, let me go ahead and try to put these cards in and see what happens. Okay. And they will not go all the way in. They're going to poke out a little bit. If you want them to go all the way in, then you're going to have to trim yours down more than I have. Okay, it looks like I miscalculated how many actual cards I need. So we've got one more pocket that we need to take care of. But I'll do that off camera. But I hope that you can see how easy and fun that was to put together. Super easy, very little cutting, no measuring, except to cut the cards down to fit into the pockets and to cut out your lined paper, but super, super simple. So I hope you guys will give that a try. I think I'm going to probably do some more 6x6 paper projects in the future because this was really fun. And I hope you enjoyed it and that you will give it a try. Thank you so much for watching today, and I hope you all have a very blessed day. Bye.